Good evening and welcome to another week of Friday night racing at the Velodrome. We're bringing up our very first group here for some win and out racing. It's the Cat 1-2 men to start things off. We're going to get some instructions at the rail, make sure our starters are all here. During their neutral lap, we'll talk a little bit about this race format, make sure folks know what we're doing. And then we'll get to enjoy, again, the first of many win and outs here tonight. The Cat 1-2s to the rail for the first race this evening. A few more riders still on the way to check in. Thanks again for joining us, whether you're here in the park or online. Velodrome Racing, just about ready to start. And that whistle signaling the beginning of the neutral lap for these competitors. Our athletes tonight get to race in one of our a really fun opener, I'd say, for the Velodrome, the win and out. What's fun about starting with this race is that the winner is going to get the best rest for the up ahead contest. The win and out name kind of giving you a little hint. If you've not watched one of these races before, when you win, you get to exit the race if you win one of those early sprints. So it pays double to win early in the win and out. Get off the bike, rest the legs, get ready for the next contest. It kind of helps set up and sort of snowball your evening for success. So we'll see how the riders tonight are going to play this one. It's a good-sized field for a preseason. The first bell will be at 10 to go, and that will be the sprint for first. We'll get a bell at 7, a bell at 4, and a bell at 1 to go for the remaining positions. But only a couple short laps until we get to find out who our winner will be. And racing's underway. Stars and Stripes at the front of this group. Starting off with Merrick Gallagher, number 3, up at the top, letting the most of the field work underneath him. Again, this race is going to come down to a sprint very quickly, as not on this lap, but the next time around, you're going to hear that bell ringing. That's already signaling to everybody this is the sprint for first place. This is going to favor somebody with great positional tactics, good top speed, able to put themselves in the right place at the right time. Number 2, going off the front. We're going to see a lot of Harrison Devine tonight, I'm sure. He looked very good last week, and he's not wanting to be in the bunch sprint to win anything tonight. He's not going to be one who's going to want to work from the middle of the field and try to show off that sprint speed. He's a little bit more of a long-distance rider, so he's going to keep it quick. But the field responding very quickly here. Waterline Racing, I think, is going to want to try to get Wyatt Paul in a pretty good position for this race, as he's been known to be a top-speed competitor here in our field. That's Gallagher again to the front. Number 1 right behind him is Martin. Best finisher last year overall and the rider of the year. And here now comes Wyatt Paul in a great position following the wheel of Martin. He'll just take off. The winner of the Kieran last week. No surprise he's going to put in a really nice sprint here tonight to start off the win and out. Wyatt Paul needs to do this for sure on an evening like this. He'll execute well. Number 67 comes flying in. And no other chatter or signal from the officials. Looks like that'll be our finisher first across the line. Next sprint at 7 to go will be for second place off the front of the field. I believe that's still number 3, Merrick Gallagher, riding away from the group here. Looking over his shoulder, seeing he's got a pretty good gap here. What will he do with it? Keep the power on those pedals, might be able to sustain this drive and kind of pull away from the field nicely. Bell's ringing, and that's still Gallagher off the front. Big opening here that I don't think the field's very motivated to go get this catch right now. In fact, we'll look at the field right now. That's Serge Malikian, number 99. Leading the way. He's starting to accelerate. I'm not sure if he's just trying to set things up. Maybe he thought this is the moment to start working away from this field ahead of the next sprint. He's certainly not going to catch on this lap, but this is a big move from number 99. We'll go back and see our leader on the lap here now crossing the line. It'll be number 3. crossing the line. He will exit the race second overall. Number 99 still in the race, looking around, seeing what kind of response he gets from the field. It's a pretty big one. Big jump from the group. Is that number 8, Gavin Newman? I think it is. Team Epic, one of the Portland youth riders, makes his home here at our velodrome, frequently competing here. Just getting having a little bit of fun off the front there. Pulls up and finds a little bit of help from one of our locals. Next sprint is going to be for third place, and Keegan Fairbanks, one of the local junior competitors, wearing some stars and stripes tonight himself. The Jerry Baker Jr. is absolutely stacked with some national level competitors here in these fields you're seeing here tonight. Fairbanks in great position here, working with the rider from Team Epic. They're going to be in a battle for this third place finish. The rest of the field starting to scramble their way a little bit closer, but this looks like it's a one-on-one for third. Fairbanks finds himself in the lead position. They don't want to get caught by this field. The next closest rider is number 25 coming into turn number 1. That's Galen Erickson. His first night of racing. I got to see him race this year so far. Keeping your eyes on these two, though, as it looks like Fairbanks is having to back off a little bit, waiting for the jump. He knows he doesn't have to do too early of a move here, but he just doesn't have the response here, as it looks like Gavin Newman plays him pretty well. The timing works out really well for the rider from Portland. Newman finds the jump needed there for third place and should be able to make his way out of the race soon. This puts Fairbanks in a really tough spot as we look here in turn 1. The field is pretty organized, single file formation going under the Greg Cycle sign, and they are barreling down on the youth rider now. Next bell will be at 1 to go. This will be for 4th, 5th, and all the rest of the positions. So essentially now it's a scratch race with who's left. All positions determined on the final lap coming up very quickly. The junior that was out there on the front, he's back into the field. You can see him back in about position 5 or 6 in the sprinter's lane, now working his way up underneath the field a bit. Interesting to see where he ends up in this race. That was a big effort to not find the finish. That's one of the tough things about this particular race format, is a bit of a gamble sometimes. You find yourself in these risky situations. With the bell ringing, 1 to go. Number 22 on the lead of the lap, Matty Hers. As the bell's ringing, this is for the top positions left in the race. Waterline Racing now going to send one forth, and the rest of the field starting to respond a bit here. Tyson Danielson rolling it up pretty good out of the group. He'll take over on the front, trying to find 4th place. The rider just now coming across the finish line will be 4th overall tonight, number 10. And there's number 11, Nolan, picking up 5th tonight in the win and out. Riders are all finished up on this lap and will exit on the back straight. Good start for tonight's racing program. Win and outs for the Cat 1-2 men. Wyatt Paul, your victor, way back on the 3rd lap. He's already off the bike and resting up, getting ready for the next one. Good evening, and thank you again for joining us. If you're out there on the live stream, hope you're enjoying tonight's view from out there. Thumbs up, down on this video if you could. Leave a little love in the chat. Love to hear where you're watching from. Thanks for being with us this evening. Preseason racing, we're just getting started here tonight. It's a beautiful evening here in the Pacific Northwest. We've been enjoying beautiful sunshine the back half of this week, and this has turned out to be a pretty good night for racing here at our velodrome. 1 week until kickoff, but it already looks like regular season out here with these fields. Riders out into the neutral. It's going to be a very similar format. Notice all of our racers are going to ride the same distance. Not normally we see for the categories out here on an average Friday night, but for the win and out, it sort of requires it. It's a 12-lap race. 3 laps between bells. First bell at 10 to go, and that'll be the sprint for first. Our open women now on track in their neutral lap. And riders away for the win and out. 12 to go. Wrapup, number 101, will take the lead of this first lap and get things rolling. If you were here hoping for Kitty Kilo, I know it's 1 week early. I see some small bikes out there. We do Kitty Kilo a lot during our regular season. KickOff is no exception. Please mark your calendar for Friday night. 7 o'clock starts all through the summer months. As long as it ain't raining, we'll be here. And for many of those, we'll also be racing the Kitty Kilo. You can find out more about our free fun lap around the track on our website. Just search for the Jerry Baker Jr. Kitty Kilo to check what dates we'll be running that event. Our field just getting things going here. They saw 11 to go. Next time around, the bell will already be ringing for the winner of this race. The leader on that first lap, Wrapup, a heavy favorite overall tonight to perform well. They are in great race shape to start this season and want to improve on what was a great 2025. And based on what I saw last week, the weeks before, it is looking like that might just be the case. Wrapup back on the front, trying to position themselves really well here to start this thing off. As the bell's ringing, movement's coming. Rue now sees it. That's Charlotte Westover that came up and out of the sprinter's lane, about 4 or 5 bikes back. You got to love that the junior is not going to just sit still and let this race play out itself. Got to try and get up there. Tomko responds quickly. Here comes Tori Park alongside. It's now Tori and Tomko coming onto the home straight. Park on the outside position. He's got the longer lane, making a run at it. Park, Tomko. Whoa! That's too close to call on my eyes. I look to be on the outside, and it will be Tori Park. Makes a run at it. Finds the kick necessary. Tomko still in the race. Tori will make her way off. Great sprint there between the two. Tomko is in position to work towards this second place now as the rest of the field's about 50 to 75 meters back, even a bit more now as they hit the home straight. Look behind to see the orange bike of Westover, number 104 in pursuit. Here's the rest of our field. Our 5 competitors coming into turn 1. Bell's ringing, 7 to go. Tomko in great position to get this second place. The consolation prize for getting beat at the line by Park, who will get second overall, as Westover, still in front of this field, is not going to be finding second place right now, but has to be thinking ahead to third. May want to put some of this effort into reserves and head back into this field. You can start to see her making that calculation now. Come back to Rue, who's coming out to the home straight here, and it's about time to see this rider get their due. Tomko cruising in for the second place finish on the win and out. And now the tough part of this race for Westover, who looked to be our next strongest rider out here, back into this field. She's going to have to recover on the back of this formation, try to work out some of that spent energy, try to reset the oxygen levels, catch the breath, get ready to go again, and see if she can maybe earn that third place. Having spent all that effort earlier in the race, that's going to be the toughest part of this contest for her. The rest of the field is a little bit more rested up. So we'll see how this next sprint plays out. The sprint for third coming up soon. And at 5 to go, our field sitting 2 wide. That was Lynch and Edwards sitting on the front. They continue to be in the front position, leading our group around the track right now. The rest of the field being Happy just being tucked in behind and resting for a moment. You notice who's right behind Lynch as Westover's positioned herself, trying to stay close to the front. You can tell that she wants to be active tonight in this race. Here comes another attempt for a sprint. Going set up for third place now with the bell ringing. Lynch in the lead position, looks over the right shoulder, sees Westover starting to encroach on her a little bit, pushing forward. No big acceleration just yet. Lynch is allowed to slide down into the sprinter's lane, takes that lead position, has a bit of a fanned wedge shape out behind her as Westover is pushing up alongside. And now we've got a two-up sprint from the back of the group, but it's now Lynch from the front who's got the best finish of the field at the shortest lane. Can she hold on to this position? Looks like she's got this one in control. Sarah Lynch coming onto the home straight, driving it home for third in the win and out. That was Renna Fuller, number 108, making the move on the back straight to try to get a bit aggressive there, maybe catch onto Lynch's wheel. Wasn't quite able to get there, but did overtake Westover, putting herself in a good position to try. Just couldn't quite find that rear wheel of Sarah, who is now working her way off into that warm-up circle in third. The field's starting to reorganize itself and preparing for the final bell at 1 to go to get the rest of these positions all sorted out. 1 week from today, it's regular season kickoff. We'd love to have you join us once again. We're going to bring out the beverage garden, the food trucks, the kitty kilo, and of course, great racing here, our regular season. We've got some things in the works. We're still working out the kinks on our overlay system. So for our live stream fans out there, we'll continue to work on that system in the background here. We'll try to get our GoPro cameras back up and working again, and everything should be hopefully in full swing by the time we're ready to say racing has started at 7 o'clock 1 week from today. Our regular season just around the corner. And here we go, the setup for this final sprint now with the bell ringing. Fourth place at the line next time around. Fourth, fifth, and the rest of the positions to be decided. Westover and Fuller side by side. Stella Cafiso for Valkyr cycling in position number 3. Another one of our Portland area competitors, if my memory serves correct. Riding behind the Jerry Baker Jr. competitors, our local junior development team. Now riding 3 abreast as they hit the turn. And it looks like the move's going to come all the way from the outside. It looks to be Fuller, and the fight. Ooh, it's all the way on the outside, Valkyr. Number 202, Stella Cafiso. Finds the line for what should be 4th place overall in today's win and out. Riders will exit on the back straight into the warm-up circle. Now coming to the rail, our next race for tonight's program. Continuing on with our win and outs, the Cat 4 men. Now checking in at the rail. Cat 4 men to the rail for the win and out race. On deck, Cat 3 men for their win and out, followed by the Marymoor Crawl. Riders off and away for their neutral. This would be a great opportunity for us to talk about one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, the one time we really have our juniors trying to pick up a lot of money to help support all the great things they do. It is the Junior Lapathon. This great event, every single year our juniors put together a really long 24 hours of racing around the track. The more laps they go, the more money they're going to raise, and they're going to be needing your support to try to get as much as they can to help with nationals competition, our coaching, and our other equipment needs that we have. If you're out there on the stream right now, we're showing a little bit of a promo for it. Hopefully, you can find yourself to support our juniors. The website is up there right now, and our live stream manager is going to try and put the link into the live chat so you can find it there as well. Racing is underway, winning out for the Cat 4s. Bells ringing. This is a sprint for first place. Now underway. I just wanted to check the dates. We have 3 days left for that lapathon we talked about to try to reach that $20,000 goal. They are getting very close. Speaking of getting very close, let's make sure we're tuning in to watch here. This finish is well underway. The sprint for the finish is now coming onto the home straight. First rider across the line, your winner tonight. Ooh, it's a 2-up sprint, but it looks like the inside will be able to hold on. Is number 412. First across the line. For us cycling team, Brendan Lang finds the finish. Been looking very strong here to start this season and will likely be getting upgrade points to move his way to the Cat 3s before too long. Our race manager is going to have to give him that nod at some point with all of the early success we're seeing for him in this field. Next bell for second place. And we've got a break of 3 riders currently being led by Calder Hardigan, number 467. There's a group of 2 with him. It looks to be 2 of the Jerry Baker Jr. team riders right on the wheel. One rider in the chase coming out of the field. So the field looking pretty active here into turn 3. That pink bike pushing away from the rest of the chasing riders. Working their way up. Just in time to hear the bell ringing. At 7 to go. Next time around, first rider is in second place. And the catch is 407, Isabel Zapata for Breakfast Racing Team. As the bell's ringing away, makes the catch and is set up now to try to take over the front. Carries some really good momentum into this finish, and the leaders are unable to respond. A zippy move here for Zapata. Zapata, 407. First across the line and will make their exit in second place overall. Next bell for third. Our lead group is coming together to be the main field on the back straight, pardon me. Under the Stanley sign, about 200 meters behind, we've got the chasing group, the rest of our competitors here in the field. Excuse me, in the category, I should say. This is our field on the home straight, seeing what looks to be 5 to go with a bell next time around. That next bell again for third place. Hard race to call here early in the season, as oftentimes in the Cat 4s I see the most amount of, new information to process when we're getting into our preseason. We have new riders that have taken our adult track classes, which, by the way, we offer fantastic 4-hour adult track classes. You can sign up through our website, velodrome.org. It's also where our juniors tend to have a lot of change every year. They do this crazy thing where they grow up a bit between seasons. They get taller and longer and stronger, and it just makes the Cat 4s hard to predict every year. A lot of new faces, a lot of bigger riders from last year as our kids are growing up. Fun to watch this field kind of establish themselves. And right as soon as somebody gets really fast, of course, that's when they move on to be a Cat 3. So this group never stays the same for long. That bell did ring for third place. It looks like Javi's getting in a good position. He was down in the sprinter's lane. He pops up over the top of the rider in white. That's one of our riders for Liquid Velo. He wants to get to the front. And now we've got a 2-up sprint starting to form under the Stanley sign. That's the second punch that looks like it might stick here. Hitting onto the home straight. It's another of the juniors in great position. Let's see who we've got here in Third overall, that's number 419, Oliver Villanueva. Racing for the local junior team, finding third today in the win and out. Nice maneuvering there in the field to be able to find that finish. Kind of following the action there from his teammate, his first Javi, that got into a good position to kind of open things up. But it'll be number 419, Villanueva, that closes down on that final sprint and gets it all finished up. One more sprint to go for the Cat 4s. The rest of the positions to be decided here on the final lap. On deck, Cat 3s getting set for their start. Matthew Thies for Liquid Velo. He was involved in that previous sprint. He was at the front of the field there just a moment ago. He pulled up above the blue line. He's wearing the white helmet and gray white jersey with little green highlights of the Liquid Velo race team. He definitely looked strong in that previous sprint. Will he be ready for this next one, though? As it's not a lot of rest between these sprints with only 3 laps between. You really only get about 2, maybe a little more than that laps of rest, depending on how these fields are racing. And right now, they are giving each other a chance to catch their breath. They're all feeling a little bit here after 3 hard sprints to get to this stage. One more chance here to settle the score. 1 to go in 4th place at the line. Javi right down the middle, right about that red line, number 402, starts things first. Now his teammates are getting lined up down there in that sprinter's lane. I believe that's Cody on the front based on that position on the bike. Cody Chang for the junior team. Leading things nicely here. Now here comes Thies. I talked about him before. He looked good in this last sprint. Does he have another kick? It looks like he does. He positions himself just under the blue line. A really good acceleration through turn 4 for number 409, Matthew Thies. Looking really smooth there on the finish. And a sprint all the way to the end here for our juniors because every lap counts for them as they're building their base and working on their race skills. A nice job for the Cat 4 competitors. We'll exit on the back straight as they're all finished up. Track is clear. We're inviting our Cat 3s up to the rail for their win and out. On deck, the Marymoor Crawl is coming up very soon. The local favorite race format, the Marymoor Crawl, just around the corner.
And to follow up on Corey's announcement of the Lapathon, the junior team is riding as many laps as they can in 1 hour tomorrow. Because there's 50 of them, we're actually splitting it into a couple different hours. But their goal is to ride as many laps as possible, raising money for the team, coaches, general fees. So their goal is to ride, I think it's like 3,000 laps in 1 hour.
Got 2 riders behind the field. I think they can catch up to you pretty quick here, so we'll try to get everybody back together. Just a little bit touch and go there at the start. Everybody's okay? Bike seems okay. That's the first thing everybody's checking. Just kidding. We all want to make sure William was doing okay there. Everybody looks fine. They'll get their way back up to this field. We'll be able to start this together, it looks like, out of turn 4. Shouldn't be a problem. One more win and out for the Cat 3s now. Same format. You should be experts in this by now. 12 laps. Bells every 3. First bell for first place. And the whistle signaling the beginning of racing. Win and out. 12 to go for the Cat 3s. You guys see on the live chat there talking about the good-looking Cat 4 field. I agree. Good night from New York. Oh, man. The Casena Velo folks checking in there at the beginning of our stream. Indeed, good evening to you. A great-looking Cat 4 field tonight for so early in the season. Lots of riders, plenty of juniors, of course. But we've got plenty of folks here showing up, even before regular season, to make racing fun here tonight on this beautiful Friday evening. 11 to go. Peter Snoblin takes the front of the lap. Number 379 for leading edge. Bells ringing for first place. Let's watch this thing unfold here. Ooh, big move from number 302 is Colin Dunlap for BPM. Gonna really pull things together here across the finish line at 1 to go. Stretching this field out nice and long. You see the winner of this same race from the Open Women is right behind the competitor that she beat in that same race. I think that's Tomko and Park lined up behind Dunlap. But it looks like the rider for BPM in good position. Can he hold on? Ooh, he'll have enough. Looks to be number 302 in a clean sprint. Tomko 101. Tried to catch up, could not quite get into position. Next bell for second place. One rider already finished. Resting up for the next one. That's Stan Douglas at the front as the field's going a bit slow here for his taste. He'll pick it up again. And the bell's ringing now for second already. Douglas is in position now as the big jump from William, number 301 for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Ooh, it's going to be a quick catch, though, from two riders in pursuit. I think that might be Halfacker. I believe that's Otis Hatfield that catches. Let's see who is going to end up on top here. It will be Halfacker, number 318. Hatfield falling nicely behind, not quite able to catch. The rider in the teal and white in second place. The rest of the field still stuck at this one for a bit longer. Next bell for third place. Our field reconvening themselves. Not sure where the next move is going to come from here, as our riders are being pretty hesitant here. Westover in the green for Taco Time Racing. Starting to pull away from the group here. Kind of a sly move, as the rest of the field still looks like they're wanting to go a little bit on the slower side. I believe that's one rider coming out of the field. If not mistaken, that's Tomko. Trying to be sneaky, pull away from the group. They're not going to let that happen. Bell's ringing now with 4 to go, and the big jump from our rider in all black is number 308, Matt Beers. Beers in the all black, well ahead of the rest of this field. There's no one catching him for this race. Look back to the field. You see Westover might be getting absorbed back into the field here shortly. We'll continue to follow Beers around the corner onto the home straight as he will be untouched here on this lap. Well-positioned finish for Beers, number 308. Westover off the front of this group still. Has a few more laps before he can get the payoff for it. Next closest rider looks to be Snoblin again for leading factory. Starting to work his way up towards Westover now. He brings the rest of the field with him. Isaiah West, I believe, for Liquid Velo would be the rider directly behind. And the rider in the pink for YBA Racing is Oscar Plenko-Mariki. Looking pretty active last week. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get a pretty good position in this upcoming sprint. Only one left for the race here upcoming. At 2 to go, we'll get a bell next time around in the rest of the positions. There goes West off of the front. bringing with him Pleckle Mariki, and there's Otis once again, the rider in gray and blue, following that aggression of West. As soon as West pulls up, though, he's not getting any help. Nobody wants to be at the front of this drag race. Not willing to do the work means it's going to be a very big sprint still. Everybody's coming back together again. And that means we've got ourselves a pretty busy sprint here at 1 to go. And it's starting off slow as West waiting to see if anybody else wants to take this front from him. He slots himself down into the short lane now between the lines. Nothing of it yet. Hatfield waiting. He looks over his right shoulder. He knows he's got the lane. He'll move up and over. He takes that position at the red line. He's in movement here. Here comes Pleckle Mariki, also trying to make his move up and around and over. He goes. There's that kick of speed I was looking for him to find. And that should be enough to hold on to the 4th overall for Oscar, number 333. Looked to be Tomko that was across the line second on that lap, which will be good for 5th place in the total standings for the Cat 3s. Thank you again for joining us. It's Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. We have finished up our first part of our program. Everybody's raced a win and out tonight. But now we get to one of our local favorites. It's going to be time for the Marymoor Crawl. Crawl competitors can make their way towards turn 4. They're going to go up towards the rail for staging, and they can do so now. Riders for the Marymoor Crawl can head towards corner 4 for staging. Along the rail, Marymoor Crawl competitors, anybody interested in joining, head to turn 4 up along the rail. You can follow the lead of other riders already heading there.
I see some cash on the rail already, too. There's not prize money, but there is apparently cash at the rail. There's also just pride. So yeah, get on up there. We're going to roll out shortly.
Nobody's like you. You are not normal at all. No. I feel like I want to let down my guard and just fall. 'Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. This time I must know for sure. 'Cause someone was before you.
All right, it looks like we got most people at the rail, kind of. Milla's gonna maybe yell at you or just blow a whistle. All right, riders roll off. You know the rules. You can't pass the line until the bell rings. The bell is an unknown distance at the moment. There's some cash at the rail. You can't touch the apron. You can't, like, do circles. Got to do some track stands. You got to get your hand off the rail, though, Wyatt. Well, I learned a fact that he can't track stand, so he's just going to ride really, really slow. Who can I bother? People at the back look nervous.
You already missed Gallagher grabbing most of the cash.
I'm
and then
sure he
exiting.
did.
Yeah. Like a true champion.
Like a champion. Harrison,
you
how
do
we
it.
doing?
JC isn't here, so we got to do a little bit of no hands.
Woo. Do it. Come on.
Oh,
You got to get the no hands.
Yep, he's trying. Here we go.
There we go.
Hey,
Oh, you
come
give
on
him
now.
a little love. Oh,
You didn't think the Cirque du
Gavin's
Soleil
trying to
was
one
here at
up
the
him here,
Velodrome
though.
today. Come on
Gavin
now.
and Keegan are trying to one up.
That's a free show, folks.
It's true. Gavin, how was the win and out?
Not great.
But the crawl is now, and that's what we're focusing on. I like it. Maddie's trying to, oh, Wyatt's out. Put a hand on the bar.
Get out of there.
Keegan, how we doing?
Good.
Are the legs feeling warmed up for the lapathon tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Here, plug it. Plug it for yourself.
Lapathon tomorrow. Gonna go fast for an hour. You should donate to the juniors.
How many laps are you aiming for?
At least 115.
Ooh, that's a lot of laps. Okay, I'm gonna kind of get out of the way here. I don't know when they're ringing the bell. I assume you have a plan. Oh, you're good. Sarah's still in it. Sarah, are you doing okay?
No.
Look at her go though. She's doing. Oh, Calder's out. Maddie's just watching. Sarah's like, please ring the bell. Don't fall over. Oh, that was so
ring
mean.
the bell? Are you kidding me?
All right, they are, well, they're not really going super hard.
Well, let's wait and find out how this goes. Matty Hers is going to lead the charge here. I'm look out for the junior right behind him. Harrison Devine's also in this race still.
The juniors take this very seriously.
They really do. They won't exit unless they absolutely have to. And here comes Fairbanks. He wants to be the champ tonight, and I think he's got this one locked down. What do you think?
I think he's looking pretty good. He can ham it up a little bit.
Hey, there we go. There's
There
your
we
winner for
go.
tonight's crawl, Fairbanks. The slowest one-lap race, the Marymoor Crawl. Riders, congratulations on a fun race. Thank you for the entertainment and the fun. Thanks out there for tuning in and joining us. If you're loving the production value on this production like 1601 Chance does on our live stream chat, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And if you're here at the Velodrome and you haven't checked out our live stream, please give us some support. We stream every single Friday. Your subscription and your thumbs up goes a long way to supporting this relatively small nonprofit as we try to do our absolute best to provide a service to our fans in our community and across the globe that appreciate track cycling. Thank you again for helping support that. And thank you for being here tonight with us, whether you're here in the park or, of course, on our live stream. We are lining up for our next series of races. It's time to get into the elimination. We'll talk about it during the neutral. Our Cat 1-2s are now lined up for their start. They'll get some last check-ins here, and we'll send them on their way. And riders away. The fastest neutral in track racing coming up now. The elimination has a lot to do with positioning. In fact, I would say more than any other race, the ability to position and read the field is one of the most important strengths you must bring into the elimination to be successful. You need to be able to position well and know timing of when you need to move in and out of this group to be in the right place at the right time. That is because the last rider across the line, every lap is pulled from the field. Riders must be ahead of the final wheel to cross the line. Next time around will be our first elimination. I'll be listening for the call over the radio, and we'll make the announcement here for, of course, our fans on the live stream. But most importantly, I want to be very clear for our athletes who need to also hear who is getting eliminated on each lap. As you watch this field go around, if this is first time watching elimination racing, you're going to see a really good look of it through turns 3 and 4. This wedge formation, these riders are forming kind of a triangle that flattens the closer they get to the finish line. First elimination coming up. Number 22 is Matty Hers. He was smiling on his way across the finish line. He was happy for the elimination from what I could see. Having fun whether you're pulled or not, you know? Every time around. So here we go again. There's a little bit of repositioning time on the back straight, and then when we get to the home straight, it's all about where did you leave yourself in the field? Do you have anywhere to go? Are you going to be able to survive? This time it's number 18, Scott Grinsel. $18 riders. We started with 20 in preseason. Are you kidding me? Our Cat 1-2s are showing up. Good sized field here for still the month of May at our velodrome. Plenty of more laps to go. Next elimination. Watch the back end of this field. Look out for Beat Cycling trying to get into position. Whoa! 21. It is Ludo Max. He knew it was coming, but did try. It was a really good effort there along the home straight to jump on top of it. Just not quite quick enough. In the hot seat right now is that rider at the back end in the blue. Already starting to feel the pressure. And makes the move over the top. Should be safe. We're going to look down to the bottom of the field. Ooh. It's actually going to be number 5. That's going to be Chris Wilson. Fount Cycling. Number 99 maybe thinking he's done for the night too. That does not mean we do not eliminate here, though. It's just a rider exiting, so elimination's still upcoming. Ooh, that was close. It is 13 down low. As it looked to me like Josh Sherfy had to accelerate quickly to survive that lap. He's been back here a lot, so if you notice this rider, he's at the very back of the field right now with the teal and the black. He's been serving the role of the devil. He's snipping people off at the back here, doing just enough here a couple laps in a row. He'll have to do it again now as he's following the wheel of, I believe that's Andrew Martin. He's trying to work his way around now. So both those riders are going to try and work their way up and now get someone out low on the track, and that's what's going to happen here. This time with number 26. Down there in the sprinter's lane is Colin Gibson. Nearing the top 10 here. We're about almost halfway. I think 3 more eliminations till we're into top 10 range here. And, oh, he does it again. It's 16 this time, down low. Is Mike Darlene for Center Cycles. The devil gets him again as number 19 up high. That was close. He gets another. Watch his position here again. He's still just off the back. Working his way up now. In fact, as Gallagher is starting to feel a bit of pressure, he pushes up into Sherfy a bit. Both riders looking for position around the field. They'll find it. Look down low now for the elimination. 15, Carl Hafer. 15, Hafer. Gallagher did not like that. He's actually going to try to move off the front a little bit now. Felt that might have been a bit close. He wants to take lead position for a while. Now the lead riders, of course, they're doing the work of keeping the tempo high. They're not having to sprint every lap, but that's still a lot of energy spent up there. It's been Andy Baker for a while, number 7. He gets swarmed by a few riders following the acceleration of Gallagher, and this is pretty strung out now. Will Sherfy have a response? I think he says, nah, that's it for now. That is Sherfy, just off the back. Down to 10. At the back end now, we've got Wyatt Paul and Tyson Danielson, both for Waterline Racing, both strong finishers. They don't want to be at the front setting pace. They want to try to use that sprint ability to go and slow, back and forth over and over again. That's more to the way that they are built as athletes. Martin in a bit of a tough spot here. And Andrew Martin, number 1. Kind of working at the back end there. It ends up the 2 Waterline riders kind of just work their way up in front just enough. They'll both survive, and there they go along the top. I think that's Harrison Devine now out the back end. He'll hold on to the wheel of Nolan Adams right in front of him. That's the rider in pink. Now Devine with a big acceleration. There's actually a bit of a gap there for the Waterline riders. They're going to have to work their way down into the field, but I think this might just be a bit too much endurance here for Paul. He says, I'm good. 6'7", that's Wyatt Paul with the meme number. He's coaching the juniors, man. Apparently he wants to be funny, you know. I get it. Okay. Nolan is volunteering on this one, so our elimination is the rider in pink. You broke your shoe? Okay. That's a new excuse I haven't heard before. Hey. I'm just having too much fun. Next elimination coming up here. Look down low. Baker in a bad spot. I think he knows it. Number 7, Andy Baker. As it's Danielson over the top. Number 10 who accelerates. This serves as the final nail in the coffin for Baker. Now down to 6 riders, all strewn out. That might have been the last match in the box there, though, for Danielson, as he's starting to pull off the field a little bit. So I think that's going to be his last lap. He will serve as the volunteer here. So he will be this lap's elimination, as that's going to be his position 6 overall. The field's still all in it here. Our 5 riders working their way towards this podium. Merrick Gallagher at the front. Galen Erickson right behind him. Gavin Newman for Team Epic in position 3. Fairbanks, the winner of the crawl, in position 4. And there's number 2, Harrison Devine, your top 5 in tonight's elimination. The Cat 1-2s. And the winner of the crawl does not have another kick left in him. Know when to fight the fight. Fairbanks pulls up. He'll be in 5th overall tonight in the elimination. The field staying together now. These your top 4. Gallagher at the lead of the field. Fairbanks eliminated in 5th place. Gallagher picks up the speed again down the back straight. He's got Galen Erickson still right behind him. Could be anybody's race here. This is a good field. Mixed skills, mixed strengths. Gallagher, very powerful from the front. Galen Erickson, great in a bunch sprint, as is Harrison Devine, but he's also a bit more of a power rider, wants to get out and endurance the field. That's what they're going to do here, is just keep the power a little high for the junior, as Gavin Newman doesn't have quite enough to respond there. He'll end up in 4th place overall, the rider from Team Epic, number 8. Your group of 3 now. Well matched are these 3. Top finishers in their field regularly when they're here on a normal Friday night last season. No surprise to see them in good race shape here to start. Galen Erickson makes the first jump here. He's trying to put Gallagher into a tough position that these riders can come around him. Gallagher at the front looking very smooth, though. I think he'll be just fine. It's going to be, oh! That's going to be a call for the officials. Call not in yet. 25. That is Erickson. Galen Erickson in 3rd. Which by default means it'll be Harrison Devine in 2nd and Gallagher riding to the finish to win. Your long distance specialist putting on a good show here at the end, just taking over the front. Absolutely motoring from the front of this group. And finds the victory tonight in the elimination. Harrison Devine with a great race here this evening. And of course, Galen Erickson overall in 3rd. Congratulations to our elimination competitors for the Cat 1-2 men. Coming to the rail now, the Open Women for their elimination race. Riders away for the elimination. Same rules apply. It's a smaller field, so it will be by default a shorter race. I see you in the live stream chat asking for results. The win and out results for all fields will be posted as they are available to our live results folder, which you can find the link on our website, velodrome.org/live. I'll also post that into our chat for you here all shortly, if you just give me a moment. Racing underway. Last rider across the line eliminated every lap. Elimination racing for the Open Women. First elimination coming up here, and it looks like it'll be up high on the track. 201. Baker, Hazel Baker, 201. Oh, it's going to be Team Mama Bears up top. 109, Edwards. .108 on this lap, number 108. That is Renna Fuller. Down to 4 riders now. Sarah Lynch up in the front in that sprinter's lane, alongside of Westover. Directly behind is Rutamko, trying to stay in this thing as long as possible. And right behind them, the rider for Valkyr is Stella Cafiso. One through 3 is Sarah Lynch. Lynch that time, down to 3 riders. Down to 3, Westover down the sprinter's lane as the other 2 riders start to take some position up on the track, moving forward against her. It'll be Westover eliminated this lap from the looks of it in 3rd overall. And now 1 to go between number 101 and 202. That's a good number matchup. I mentioned at the beginning of the night, Rutamko going to be a heavy favorite overall in this category this evening. Had a tough race in that first one in the win and out against Tori, who's not here in this one. So puts themselves in a pretty good field here. Should be able to find a good result against the younger competitor, but Cafiso's shown herself to be a great fighter here tonight as well, with good finishing speed. So we'll have to put in a pretty good sprint here just to hold off the charge from Valkyr. And that'll be enough from the looks of it, as Tomko will find 1st overall in the elimination. And you're right for Valkyr in 2nd. And that's a good reminder to everybody out there that this data that we pull for your teams, if you haven't gone to your racer profile and updated Merrick Gallagher, your team for this year, Merrick Gallagher, then I wouldn't know, Merrick Gallagher, that you race for a new team. Unless you tell me. And because you're wearing stars and stripes over your jersey, I can't tell. So if you go to velodrome.org, my account, you can edit your settings in between years. So if you have a new team, that really helps us out. We pull that information when you do your race registration, and when it goes into our start list, we can see who you're racing for. So if you want that information to be accurate, don't forget to head to velodrome.org and update your information each season. Racing now for Team Epic is Stella Cafiso. And congrats to them for the 2nd place finish in that last race. Thank you for all of our fans here in the park. It's great to see so many people over in Turn 1. Good evening to all of you that are here enjoying racing. Nice to see so many folks. It's a beautiful evening here in Marymoor Park. We race here every single week on Friday nights. We also have some, you can come in on a Monday night and a Wednesday night and watch our other race programs. Those are free all season long. Starting next week, there will be a spectator entry fee. It's a donation that supports the Marymoor Velodrome Association. It's small, don't worry. It's just $5 to get in. And once you're in here, there'll be a beverage garden. You can purchase beer and cider. We also have food trucks that'll be here. And, of course, really great racing you can support. We've got lots of special events this year you can check out. We've got courses, classes, clinics, and all sorts of great educational offerings. You can find about all the things we do on our website, velodrome.org, to see all the great things we have on offer all summer long. .401 exiting a bit early on that lap was the elimination. So that was Cody Chang coming into the warm-up circle a bit early. This elimination looking a little bit unusual compared to most of these fields, and that's a combination of a number of factors. But the biggest thing we're seeing here, the geography of the race right now is two groups. Not normal in most elimination racing. The front group not very motivated to have to do much. They can just cruise at this point. The elimination happening here. 424 is the elimination. Ben Zhang for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Still spots available for our adult classes this year. 4-hour classes on the weekend. Complete 1 4-hour class, and then you'll be ready to start racing. Just like that. Monday Night Racing is our novice program. If you join up with the Monday night, before you know it, you'll be racing under the Friday night lights if you keep working at it. Starts all with an adult class. Sign up on our website, velodrome.org. 405, really nice acceleration from Raymond Chang, just not quite enough by the time we got to the line. 405 making the exit. You see this back group of 5 will be where our eliminations are coming from right now. It is an interesting move. It looks like all on his own there is Javi making a big jump, trying to get up to the front group. That's the lone junior over there in turn 4. Well ahead of the main field where the eliminations are going to be happening. You can just see this group of 5 now heading onto the home straight. And that's what we're going to have to watch for this next elimination. And that looks to be Jason already shaking his head. No, and it's coming, number 421, Jason Fuller for Dyna Racing. Of interest, if the front were to catch the field and then you're on the back, you still get eliminated. So catching the group is not really to anybody's advantage. Going up the lap does not provide you with any benefit when it comes time to elimination. So 408 is the rider caught this time. 408, William Baker. Down to 3 in this back group. Very soon our eyes are going to fly halfway across the track to the rest of these riders in the field that is about 200 meters up. They're on the home straight right now. This group of 6 riders. There's 1 rider off the front currently, and that's the rider who won that first race. Zapata over there on the opposite side of the track. Back to our elimination now, coming on the home straight. Not messing with this one. Big sprint for the juniors. It'll be 4-5-0. Owen Fuller. Zapata being told, slow your jets. If you're in there, you're all of a sudden going to be in position to be eliminated. That's our rider over there under the Greg Cycle sign. That's the front of the race currently. Nowhere near the elimination, can just cruise at that point. Could catch the field and just start staying out of elimination if they wanted to. But getting some advice to consider not doing that. Here's the sprint for the next elimination. Oh, the juniors fighting a good fight. 406, the teammates making it look good here. Joshua Hunter on the inside. Getting mixed feedback from the infield. Coach says don't catch. Baker says do. It'll be fun. I hear you guys. So the next rider to be eliminated here, likely to be coming out of the next turn, your Gavin Fairbanks onto the home straight here. Oh, the catch. That's a good timing catch right there. That does work. 4-4-4. Now, the back of the race is over here under the Stanley sign. We are now watching this group. They finally had to really accelerate themselves. They know the race is now back over to them onto the home straight. Oh, the elimination coming for this group here. This is the elimination. 4-1-8 is the elimination. 4-18. Giovanni Cafiso. That's another disadvantage of breaking apart in an elimination. It's hard to keep track of when it's your turn to get eliminated. Front of the race is here on the home straight. Zapata. Number 407 on the front of the race. And then back to our back of the group. That's where our 5 are heading through turns 3 and 4. Next elimination here. Oh, 4 across the track, but I do think it's going to go to the outside. 402 does get the call. That's Mejia for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Javi on the outside. Out in what will be 6th place overall. 4 riders in this group now. Strung out in single file. A junior at the back end up against a lot of gray jersey here. Whoa! 409. Matthew Thies for Liquid Velo on that lap. Out in 5th place. These 3 riders now battling for 4th. The next rider out in 4th place. Yeah, the breakaway elim, says the live chat. Agreed. That's what happens sometimes in these categories when you throw out these eliminations. You just never know. Oh, 3 across the track. Here we go again. Oh, I think it's down the middle. It is 4-6-7. Calder Hardigan. Great sprint there for 4th. The juniors lost a little bit of ground here, though. Brandon in great position here to knock him out of the race. Is that Villanueva out there? I believe that is. Who's going to be caught this time as it's Brendan Lang riding away from him. Nice race for the junior. Number 419 does get the official call this lap. This is our Cat 4 is just about to come to a conclusion on their elimination. It has been all over the track as this one got pulled apart very quickly. The current race format, back rider is eliminated from the race. The current back of the race is the rider just about to head under the Stanley sign. He's going to end up being in 2nd. Ring the bell. It's 1 to go. 1 to go. Oh, that's done. We didn't ring the bell. We missed our chance to do that. This is the race. Your winner, Zapata, coming across the line. And here for 2nd, Brendan Lang, all finished up on this lap. We missed the bell. Good job. 2nd place for our rider from ACT, a cycling team. I was like, there should be a bell at some point here. It just was all over. I know. That was a wild one. We don't usually see eliminations look quite like that. That kept me looking left and right and up and down for sure. One more to exit here before we are safe to come up to your start. Cat 3s, thank you. And your victor here tonight, number 407. Zapata looking quite quick here in the Cat 4s. And race surface is clear. To the rail, please. Cat 3s for our last elimination tonight. On deck, we got a bunch of points races still to get through. Looking forward to that. Up after this, points racing for all of our competitors. Racers in the neutral for our last elimination tonight. This is the Cat 3 men. You've seen 3 in a row already, so think you've got a pretty good handle on how this race goes by now. Maybe this will be a little bit more together than our last race was. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll start together, though, with that whistle. Racing underway. First rider elimination next lap. Last one across the line. Look out. Off to a good, quick clip here on this first lap. The junior moving up nicely along the rail. Should be safe. Look down low, though. Maybe one of his teammates in a tough spot. It will be 317, the junior, Rocco Alexander. You'll see that a lot if you've been paying attention, especially when you watch that Cat 1-2 race. You saw this quite a bit. You'd see the top 3 or 4 riders. They would swoop over the top of the field, and the elimination happened in the middle or the lower portion of the field. So the riders that are actually in danger right now are the ones down in the sprinters lane in the back of the group. Douglas is actually going down into that danger zone. Will he be safe down there? I don't think so. Stan Douglas, 316, gets the call. .303, Taco Time racing down the middle, Westover. .379 is Snoblin. Working our way down through this Cat 3 field. They've been very competitive here tonight. Plenty of fast riders still left in this group, currently being led by the speedster Torrey Park, leading this group right now. Eyes to the back, though. Liquid Velo in a tough spot here, kind of getting squished out. It will be 312. Isaiah West is between him and, I believe, 301. William from the juniors ends up going to the rider in gray in the lower position in a close one. Next rider will effectively be in 11th place. I believe that's Matt Beers in the kind of aggressive position. He's going to have to start moving up along the side here. The rider in all black. Looks like he'll be able to do just fine there. Look down to the bottom as it will be 302. Dunlap. A top finisher from our last race. Had pretty good results, but here in the elimination, just in that sprinter's lane, the field moves around you and you just don't really have anywhere to go. And so again, when there's a lot of riders, that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier, the top tends to be safe. As long as you can accelerate, if you've got that power left in your legs, you're fine. You're going to push forward. It's the bottom that's just stuck. Nowhere to go. You get left out. Once we get down to about 5, maybe 6 riders, that tends to go away. There's just a lot of space on the track. Oh, the junior sees it coming. 301 as William looked left, looked right, didn't see anybody there. He says, I'm last across. You'll end up being 10th in this race, down to 9. There's Beers at the back end again in the all black. Currently that blue line, he's looking like he's falling off the pace a little bit. Is he going to hold on? Is he sticking or is he going to let this one slide? Looks like he's not feeling it. Beers volunteering just a little bit early there, feeling like this is not the fight I need to have right now. 308 will be out and done in 9th place in the group. 8 remain. Still Torrey Park driving this pace very nicely, keeping this train moving at a very consistent pace. believe that's Halfacker for that teal and white kit at the front right next door. Also has been up there for quite a while, just being really constant pace setters. Here we go. Look out for the rider in pink not being able to find the room. 3:33. Oscar. Eliminated in 8th. Now down to 7. Nearly to the top 5. Ooh, a little bit of fighting back there at the blue line, trying to find position. That's Wrapup now at the very back end of this field. Up and out of the saddle, trying to maneuver. Moving up high, should be okay. Look down low again. The fight all over. It's actually going to be our rider in blue. 3:13 is Chad Brothers, racing the colors of 10-Speed Hero. 6 remain. New leader on the lap. That's Ritter taking over the lead for the moment. Halfacker now moving to position. Right behind him is Otis Hatfield. At the very back end is Tori, who used to be leading this thing. Now has to fight for her life here on this lap. Not quite enough. It's 1:55. Tori Park eliminated there. Now down to the top 5. One of our juniors makes it into the break here of 5. That's Wrapup at the back end of this group. Starting to move up a bit, though. Right now alongside Otis Hatfield, and now up next to Halfacker, the rider near the front. Underneath him, the sprinter's lane, is Mike Ritter. Now look to the very back as we've got to widen ourselves out. It's going to be 5 across the track. It looks like it's Ritter who realizes the field is going to overtake. 3:21 eliminated on the lap. We're now into that top 5 range, though, so with only 4 remaining podium places, so to speak, for tonight's elimination, all within reach. Good move underneath. Found the field a little high. That left the lane wide open underneath to take the short lane. I like the move. It puts Hatfield in a really tough spot now. And he's already shaking his head saying, I don't think I should try too much harder here. Let's get out before I use any more energy for this one. Hatfield in 4th place, eliminated there. Jared Elog is that rider down the sprinter's lane. Made that great move last time around the track. Still in position. Tomko and Elog fighting for it. Ooh, Tomko will find good position. The elimination is Elog, 3:06. In 3rd, it's now Halfacker versus Tomko for the top 2 places. Both moving pretty quick here. It's a bit of a drag race right now, just hauling down the back straight. I think Halfacker still has another bit here, but I think the kick's going to come from Tomko any second. Ooh. Sits up for it. Looking strong. Halfacker feeling good about that one. A very powerful ride from Halfacker tonight from the front. Holds on for quite a while there against a very speedy junior. Both riders will exit on the back straight. The eliminations are all finished up. This beautiful evening of racing, of course, we cannot do it without the amazing amount of support we get out there in our community. You can see along the home straight many of our sponsors for this season. I thank you to all of them. We're in the middle of putting up a beautiful new logo for our friends at Better Builders Design, Build, and Remodel. You can see them over there in Turn 1. Thank you to them for their sponsorship and support this year. Our team's making their way up to the rail now for the points race. It's the Cat 1-2s getting queued up for their start. Points racing coming up next. And riders on the way for the neutral. For all the fans that couldn't quite hear, I heard everything from they got the laps wrong. It should be the other way around. It should be 3 laps to, I think you got half of the correct number of laps. It should be 60. That's a Harrison Devine quote of all things. He's a very, like, pain is like his medicine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. These guys, it's all over the place. We're having a good time with this points racing format either way, though. It's 30 laps. Points are going to come up when you hear the bell. That's when the sprint will be underway. 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the lead. 4 riders as across the line. Double the points on the final lap. Every 5 laps will be another bell. Rider with the most points at the end of the race will be your winner. We'll be keeping track throughout the race and letting you know where everybody's standings are. And with that whistle, racing is underway. 30-lap contest for the Cat 1-2 men. Fairbanks launches one here early. Number 4 takes the lead of the lap. Hey, if you're out there enjoying the quality of our stream, still checking in, maybe you're rewatching racing later, this is my maybe second reminder here tonight. I don't do it too often. Hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, share the video, let folks know you're watching. Great racing here in the Pacific Northwest. Your support means so much to us. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers, and I think we set the standard pretty high for what we can do when we're streaming out of a shed in the middle of a park. If you're here at the Velodrome, you haven't checked it out yet, check out velodrome.org/live. The link is there. You can just click the video link, just scroll down a little bit. Pick up the video there. Make sure you support us while you check it out. You can rewatch all racing from the last several years there, including our special events, the GP, when we had Junior Nationals here, and much more great content for you to check out. 28 to go in the points race. The first bell should come at 26 to go, with points at 25. Appreciate all 60 of you hanging out with us on the stream right now, and I'd say there's about that many here in the park as well. Maybe a bit more on the along the rail viewing viewing the racing this evening. Thank you to each and one of you for being a part of our evening tonight. That's Galen Erickson working the front right now, number 25. Harrison Devine, number 2, right behind him, following the lead of what looks to try to be a bit of a break from the rest of this field to set up for points. Wyatt Paul only wanted a 3-lap race, but he's going to try to get his points right now. He pulls away from this field. He's the rider in the blue with the white helmet. Works his way up to the front. Now the break coming once again off the front is Gallagher one more time, trying to set up for these first points. Point sprint underway. 5, 3, 2, and 1 next time around. Gallagher on the lead of the lap. Galen Erickson next closest under the Greg Cycle sign. Look out of the field here. That lead group, that's the blue and red of Andrew Martin now also on the move. Gavin Newman for Team Epic also in position now. It'll be Gallagher for the first 5. Martin for 3. Newman for 2. And Galen Erickson for his efforts keeping things quick at the front. He'll find 1 point on the back end of that sprint, number 25. We'll get the points updates in just a moment. I see you out there. Tyson's mustache is peak, says somebody on the stream. Tyson's mustache is peak. I think that might be the most accurate comment I've seen in a while. So very true. And hi back at you out there. Thank you for tuning in and enjoying us. I see you there. That's a pretty appropriate name for somebody who watches people race their bikes on live streams. Cycling love. I like that. This break of 3 forming at this stage in the race, being led by Gavin Newman. Pulls up and out of the way, giving room for Gallagher now. That's the lead 3 on that first sprint. Those are also the leaders in the current race. The leader as it stands right now with 5 is the rider at the front right now. Right behind him is the rider in second with 3. And the rider in third in this group is also third in the race with 2 points. As they just now reposition themselves. That was a very convenient time for them to be lined up in that particular order. They'll be seeing 22 to go. Bell next time around. Our break of 3 in great position to keep getting points. The field being led by Grinsell currently, the rider in pink. Some quick rotations at the front. Who's going to do any work here? Is there a real motivation to go up there just yet? I'm not sure. Right now, the fight is for 1 point as it stands, as 5 3, and 2 are all up track from this group. The leaders getting lined up for the next point sprint now. How cooperative are they thinking about being? You got to imagine when they were finishing that last sprint, I heard them after they came around the track. One of them yelled, "Go," to the other two. Kind of the implication is we're a team now. Let's get this thing going. They don't need to sprint against each other much. Nothing yet. Gallagher leading the charge down the back straight. Everybody's following right along with him. Keeping it quick here through the sprint lap. Martin right behind. It looks like it's going to be pretty much just a line up across the line now. You'll go 5, 3, and 2, and that's exactly how it'll be. Back to the field quickly. We'll look and see the sprint out of the corner. Malikian and, it looks like it will be Galen, number 25, for 1 point that time. Again, it's the same finishing order, although a little bit more chaotic for those two to get, or for number 25 to get up there and get the points this time. Malikian fights him for it. So basically all the points doubling up here. Your leader, Gallagher, with 10. Martin in second with 6. Looks to me like Martin has found his way back to the field, though. So your rider in second overall, now back in the field, is number 1. He's right behind Galen Erickson, number 25, in this field, needing a bit of rest from the break. So this break of 2, they're going to be rolling like this for a while. Riders taking turns here at the front. Back to the field we go in turn 3. That's going to be Harrison Devine coming out of the field. He's brought with him the Stars and Stripes of Fairbanks. They're going to try to figure out or formulate a way to catch this lead. They've got a couple more laps before the bell rings again. Devine looking across the track. You can see he's got his eyes on the prize. Got to get us up there. He's hurting a little bit. He's got help, though, with Fairbanks. As he swings up, it's just now down to 2 in this chase. The field's right behind them. Here comes Serge Malikian, also trying to bring a little bit more speed into the picture. They might be able to catch up to the break of 2, bringing this field back together again. That looks to be Wyatt Paul doing the work to maybe close this down. He'll pull up as he's getting closer. Devine looks around and sees he doesn't have any help. He'll swing high. He's ready for this thing to recombine again. They haven't really got much closer to our leaders. You can now let's take a look at our leaders and see how far up the track they are. That's about 125 or so meters down track from the field. So they've got a really comfortable lead, and they're just really set into this tempo now. Your race leader, Gallagher, with 10 points. Gavin Newman with 4. That's the 2 riders out the front now getting the bell. We're talking about who the biggest dog is now in the chat. I see y'all. I don't know. Wyatt's always got big dog energy. Down the back straight, that's going to be the pink of Grinsel leading down the field. Let's check out our leaders really quick and see if they are going to fight for the points. I don't imagine they will. Gallagher takes the 5, pardon me, 2 for Newman. Back to the sprint for 2 points. Grinsel still in position here, and it'll be Devine making the acceleration for 2. An important 2 points for him. 1 for Grinsel will move him up the leaderboard significantly. There's a lot of riders without points, so even getting 1 here is a big deal at this stage of the race. Question about one of the riders here in our live chat asking about needing to take the class. Used to race at Alpenrose in Portland. Reach out to us here ahead of time. My quickest answer is if you have previous race experience, you generally don't have to take a class. You should already have a license and have some experience with racing. That should be just fine. So you can always reach out to us to kind of make sure and check. If it's been a while since you've been on a bike, you may want to at least come and check in. But the number 1 person is, of course, race director Amara. Head to our website, velodrome.org. You can find all of our contact information there under the Connect tab. You can find all of the links for all of our board members as well. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that there. We're always looking for more riders, especially our Portland friends down the Alpenrose community coming up here to join us and continue to keep track cycling alive and well in the Pacific Northwest. Your leader is Merrick Gallagher with 15 points. In second with 7 is Gavin Newman. In third with 6 is Andrew Martin. Galen Erickson and Harrison Devine both have 2 points. That's currently tied for 4th. Scott Grinsel with that single point from that last sprint bumps him all the way up into 6th now. Not too many more chances for sprints left. We're at 12 to go, so a bell next time around. That's for the field. Here comes the leaders getting the bell now. So let's see our leaders getting the bell. Just crossing the finish line. Gallagher, your leader on the front, followed by Newman, currently in second. They'll continue to stay at the top of this race the way they're riding. You're not going to see Gallagher give up much here in this race. This is the bell ringing for Fairbanks, who's made a solo break effort, number 4, putting himself in a fantastic position ahead of the field. And now the field's only fighting over 1 point. The rest of the points are away from them here. How much are they going to try to work for this one? Fairbanks down, pardon me, into no man's currently, so that is not the rider in third position on the race. The field is racing for 2 and for 1 point. So this race from Martin, a big move here for him. This is for 2. Martin taking advantage here nicely. He jumps out from this field, and it'll be 1 point for Sherfy, number 19. Fairbanks will try to work his way back into the field. Can now be eligible for points again now that he's been caught by this group. Your leader's continuing to look very quick here. Actually, let's check now. Look how close these two are. So Gallagher on the front, this is what he's known for. This is what he made his way to Worlds to do. He's a pursuit rider at heart. He's got incredible training in long-distance racing. When he's in his best race shape, he is an incredible time trialist, long-distance competitor. And Newman's here to help, man. He's going to be that battery that can help him get the distance. And look at this. I think the catch is about to happen. The plus 20 if you catch the field. And there they are. There's the catch officially. Number 3 and number 8, plus 20. New front of the race. New front of the race. The field has been caught. The front is under Stanley sign. So this changes things up. So the back of the race has been caught. The new front of the race is the rider now coming onto the home straight. Front of the race on the home straight here is Colin Gibson. Makes a great time move. He's feeling the pressure on the back. He knows it's coming. Talk about another pursuit specialist, a rider with great long distance in his history, both as a road competitor and here at the track. So he times this nicely as Colin Gibson now well ahead of the field and set up to pick up some big points in the next couple of sprints. The next closest group is Nolan Adams in the pink, and right behind him is Harrison Devine. So they also were sensing the pressure from the back as they were going to get caught. By being out here in front of the field, they are in great position as well. Bell's ringing for Gibson, and these two will also be getting the bell. How is the field responding to this right now? They're kind of all strung out. They're moving along, though. They are not letting this thing get too far away. Being led currently by your race leader, Gallagher. After getting the catch, I believe he's sitting at a points total of 40. As he's 20 plus the 20. Gallagher leads the field. We'll come over here and check out to see Gibson picking up the 5. Great position for number 26. 5 points for him. Next, we've got the sprint out of the field. Probably the most interesting thing is going to be number 8, Newman. Works his way all up at the front for 1. That was Harrison Devine for 3 and Nolan Adams for 2, I believe. My call unofficial. It was the other order as called, so Nolan Adams did get 3 that time. Harrison Devine for 2. Points totals coming in here shortly. Darwin, Australia. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in and for saying hello. It's great to hear from you. Nolan is my king. Okay, now we're talking. The fans are lively tonight. I wonder how many of them are that are in the live chat right now are actually just in the infield. What's the over-under on that number? It's about to happen, yes. Colin Gibson is nearing the back of this field. He wants to go up 20 as well. The time trialists came out here tonight to race. Gallagher's off the front again, but Gibson hasn't really caught just yet. So the front of the race is still Gibson at this stage. The next rider at the front of this race is Gallagher, who's going to the Greg Cycle sign. The front of the race is under Better Builders. Currently, Gibson is the front of the race still. Gibson should be done then if we're ringing the bell for those guys. Gibson has been the front of the race. Bell's ringing our final lap. Looks like Gallagher off the front once again. Laps the field, wants to take one more big victory lap here for the final 10 points. Gallagher, number 3. Enjoying some victory across the finish line there. Picking up the final 10 after lapping the field. That's going to be a lot of points for the junior. Racing for Waterline Racing. A big victory here in the long points race here tonight. I believe the track is clear for our next field. Open women to the rail for your points race. Next race is on the track in the neutral, the elimination for the open women. On deck, Cat 4s for their elimination. Excuse me, their points race, pardon me. I'm looking at the live stream, which is a little bit behind where I'm looking at right now. Pay attention to the real thing. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Points racing is going on. Same rules apply as the last race. Every 5, we're going to get a bell. Front of the race gets 5, 3, 2, and 1. Double on that final lap. Rider with the most number of points is your winner. 20 laps on the lap cards for our open women here tonight. That means 4 opportunities to sprint. Whistle was sounded. Racing now underway. 20 to go. Plenty more laps here to go. Just getting things opened up here for the open women points race. We'll get the first bell at 16 to go. A couple laps away from that. There's Tomco at the front of the field. Team Epic right behind them. Don't forget to mark your calendars. The official racing season begins next week with the kickoff. Athletes, don't forget to get registered. We got a lot of registration already opened up for you through the next month and a half or so. A couple more special events are coming. That's right. The GP is returning once again. That registration will be opening up very soon. If just the guy on the microphone would hurry up and get the job done, it would be open already. Elite Track Championships also will be posted very soon. You can check all of our events, our calendar of all special events, all racing events, classes, and more on our website at velodrome.org/calendar. Bell next time around for the first sprint. 17 to go. That's 2:01. Hazel Baker on the front. Still spaces available for our junior camps as well. Camp Velo, week-long summer camp experience for young riders to learn the rules, the safety, the equipment, and how to be a competitor at the track. By the end of that week, riders will get the thumbs up to start competing as junior competitors on Monday Night Racing. That's a regular program we run every single Monday night at 7 p.m. for novices, junior riders, and our sprinters. Monday Night Racing, check it out sometime. It's a fantastic evening event we do here. No charge to be a spectator. Just come on in and check it out. Races, we have started streaming those on unlisted links as well, so if you want to re-watch your efforts those nights, that's been something we've started to do on the channel as well. The bell did ring for our very first sprint here. Sarah Lynch now takes over duties at the front with Tomko and Kafiso lined up behind her. There's Westover in position 4. Lynch from the front still. Tomko in second wheel spot. Just above the red line, Tomko swings out. Kafiso also trying to make the move. Tomko just enough. Lynch second across the line. Kafiso third across. And there's Westover for 1 point in this first sprint. Your race leader, Tomko, after 1. Couple more laps until the next bell, and we've started to see this thing pull apart a little bit. Here's Kafiso on the front, number 202. That's the rider currently in third, however, with 2 points after the first sprint. Also on the track, we have a couple of riders spread out. It looks like under the Greg Cycle sign, a couple of pursuant riders. I believe that's Fuller trying to get back up in position, as well as Hazel Baker just off of this field right now. Back to our main field over at the Stanley sign as there's a bit of rotation, just riders taking their turns at the front. Race leader Tomko on the front. Pulls up for now Sarah Lynch. That's a junior group over there. Our open women field very young right now. A lot of our local Jerry Baker junior riders out here tonight. And of course the black and pink colors of Team Epic. East Portland Youth Cycling at the front there for a moment with Kafiso now pulls out of the way. Four riders still making up our main field. Swinging onto the home straight here and getting their next bell. Points next time around. 11 to go. Tomko leading the field. Cat 4 men points race coming up next. We've got almost 10 to go here. Many of those riders already on the warm-up circle getting ready for their contest. Mentioned them earlier. The city of Redmond still has plenty of spots open for our adult track classes. You can get those links from our website if you want to join this community and try racing yourself. Great place to learn. Whoa, a little bit of a fight there for the 3 points. Kafiso will come out on top. There's Westover for 2, Lynch for 1, and your race leader Tomko picks up 5 more. Yes, those adult classes I was talking about earlier. 4 hours is all it takes to get the go-ahead to join us in our novice category. That's essentially extra practice on a Monday night. Our staff comes and they meet you ahead of the racing. They talk through the program for the evening. They kind of talk about what the race format is. They remind you of safety, how to move around in a field. They talk about making sure that the group stays together to practice those skills. It's very much focused on education and safety. So all the things that we do here is about getting riders feeling equipped and ready to go. And probably the best part I haven't even talked about yet is we have a huge rental fleet of bikes that you can get your hands on as part of those classes at no extra cost. So if you sign up for a class, you can get on a fixed gear bike provided by the Marymoor Velodrome Association for the duration of your class for no extra charge. And then when you return to race after that, we also can rent you the bike during racing. Just got to have a good set of athletic shoes, a helmet that fits well, and pretty much everything else we've got for you. Class registration, again, online at our website, velodrome.org. Head to the Education tab for more information. This group of 3 being led by Westover right now with Cafiso and then Tomko lined up all together. Let's get the current points totals out here. I got silent there because I actually can't see the current points on the results at this exact moment. But we'll get those back, I'm sure, soon enough. I do know, Rutomko, you're a leader with 10 after taking 2 in a row. I believe Sarah Lynch has 4 points. Charlotte Westover, I think, at 5. Those totals unofficial as I am doing it by memory. 6 to go with the bell ringing. Westover on the front. 2 sprints left to go for these athletes. Couple riders getting caught by the leaders. They will not be eligible for points here as they were not in this field when the bell was ringing. So it'll be Tomko again for 5, Cafiso 3. That's Westover for 2. The next rider on the lap for points will actually be Lynch coming up around the corner here. Lynch for 1. I believe the 2 behind the rider at the orange bike had been caught by the field. They get scored down the lap. They're now eligible for points, but they're gapped off of the 2 leaders. Now it's Tomko and Cafiso rolling away from those 3. So here goes your leaders pulling away from the rest of the field. 4 to go. It's Tomko, current race leader, with 15 points. And Cafiso right on the wheel, looking very quick here tonight. In position to be our second place finisher here tonight. You can see our leaders in full control here. Back over to turn 1 under the Better Builders sign. There's Westover, the next closest to the leaders that's still on the same lap. The other 2 right in front of her have been lapped, but they're back in and are eligible to get points on the final sprint. So that will have an impact on who gets what at the end of this race. Leaders here across the finish line with 2 to go. And Lynch finds the leaders here on the back straight. And these riders will all be getting the bell now as onto the home straight come your leaders. Cafiso leading the lap. Tomko right behind. One to go. One to go. Bell ringing. One to go. One to go. And your leader on the lap and winner of the race, Rue Tomko with the final 10. Kafisa will end up in second place overall here tonight, number 202 with a great race. Looking really good here in the early season. A rider from Portland. A couple more finishers coming in here, still eligible for some points. A good fight here at the back end. Another Aussie tuning in. The Australians are showing up to watch the racing. What is up? For our friends from Australia, this is cool. We're hitting a certain demographic tonight. I don't know what this is. Maybe there's something about what we're doing this evening that just goes really well with our friends over there in Australia. Well, good evening, or I guess good morning to you over there. I mean, it's tomorrow. Through the magic of time travel. That's incredible. We're enjoying ourselves here with 2 more points races this evening. This is the Cat 4 men now on the rail for their 4x4 16-lap points race. Racing continues. 2 more races tonight of points racing. Thank you once again for joining us here for preseason racing at the Velodrome. Friday nights every single week. We will be streaming live and, of course, bringing the events here to you in our beautiful Marymoor Park. A highlight of Redmond, a long-standing feature here since 1975. The Velodrome community has been thriving on educational programs, great racing offerings, regional and even national, and to some degree international level championships have been hosted here at this fine facility. Tonight we of course are enjoying now the final bits of our Friday night race program in its preseason. Next week the kickoff for the regular season, so many more great racing moments to come at you here in 2026. Hopefully you can join us for more of that. If you're here online, it's easy enough just to turn things back on. If you're already subscribed, you should get that notification if you hit the bell when we start streaming. If you're a local here in our area, hopefully you enjoy making this part of your weekly habit to come out here and enjoy the atmosphere. Next week, the Kitty Kilo returns, so we'll have the kids out here, beverage garden, the food truck, and the full show. So we hope you'll be able to continue to make your way to be a part of this community. We appreciate each and every one of you. With 15 to go, very early in our points race, this is a 4x4, so 4 sprints every 4 laps. A little less rest in between each, and a total of 16. It'll go a little quicker overall. That's even more time travel than I was able to calculate. It's 1:20 there? My goodness. Yeah, PM. Not AM. PM. The world's a big place, you know. Bell next time around at 13, points at 12. We saw some aggression there from Zapata, the rider in that very colorful kit at the front, the pink bike frame. Got very active the last lap, and here we go again. Looked like they basically had to not try in the elimination to lap riders. So clearly this is the favorite right now in the Cat 4 field to be a competitor throughout this points race. Plenty of power, good top speed. Just got to put together some good sprints here. Bell's ringing for our first points. 4:07 leads the lap, pulls up out of the way for another strong rider here. Brendan Yang, the rider in for ACT. That's short for a cycling team. I know, a very unique name, a cycling team. I called them ACT for a while, and I got corrected finally. It took a good solid year for anybody to correct me on that, by the way. Sprint for points here. Your first chance to see some leaders. Brendan Lang leading this one right now, and here comes two juniors. It'll be Brendan down the sprinter's lane. I got 4:07 coming across the line second. 4:19 third across the line. It will be Brendan Lang, your early leader, number 412 for ACT. Getting 5 points on that first sprint. 3 more chances to sprint. Next bell at 9 to go. Points at 8. There's Zapata back to the front. All right, off the mic there for a little bit. Things have developed here. Our lead group looking very quick with the bell ringing. That's Zapata trying to stay at the front and hold on to position. Your current race leader in second wheel right there. As another one of the juniors, I believe, currently in second place is Villanueva right behind. Good sprint here on this lap. Coming on the home straight, Brandon with great acceleration here takes over the front again. Zapata getting past here on the home straight. Lang. There's Villanueva. Zapata. And 4:09 is going to be Matthew Thies for 1 point this time. Field and the leader. Group at the front coming through turn 4. That'll also be the largest group of riders. That's our field. Everybody else is behind the field currently on the track. Leaders and the field seeing 6 to go. Leading the race, number 412, Brendan Lang, I believe with a total of 10 points from picking up those first 2 victories in the sprints. This group here still seeing 6 to go. Right behind them is the leaders in the field. They're seeing 5, and they're getting the bell. Bell, 5 to go. Bell, 5 to go. So the field is catching a group of 5 riders. They are going down the lap and not eligible for points. They were not present when the bell was ringing. It'll be our lead group of 7 that are eligible for the points. Bell's also ringing for this group of 3, the chasers back here. Here comes our leaders around the corner. Brendan Lang for 5 more to stay on top of this race. 4:67, 4:07, and I got 4:19, fourth across the line. Your leader still Lang for ACT. It looks like the leaders, for the most part, have kept this pretty clean as they've pulled away from the riders that they lapped. So there's your group of 7 that are on the lap of the leaders. That whole field right there, the Stanley sign, the same group that lapped around, have stayed all in contention here. Lang doing everything he can to stay on top of this race tonight, just one after another. Plinkin, the first one, the second one, the third sprint, all going his way. 3 to go, one more sprint left. The next group of riders on the track is actually the group of 3 that's now just become 2 right in front of the field under the Stanley sign. They're nearly a lap down here, not quite caught yet. These 2 are being very stubborn. They're actually pulling away now, I believe. That's Cafiso on the front of this group of 2, trying to stay away from the leaders. They're seeing 3 to go. Field and the leaders seeing 2 to go. That's this group now coming across the line. Zapata, number 4-7, swinging down into action. There's that same group of 7 we've been talking about that's been really separating themselves from the rest of this field. We've got this 7 and everybody else kind of on a little bit different speed here tonight. And this bell is ringing. Those 2 getting caught as that bell's ringing. 1 to go for all these riders, including 418 and 444, all on the final lap. 1 to go. The final sprint for 10 points. Can Brendan Lang pull off this sweet victory and pick up every single sprint tonight? A dominant performance from the rider for ACT, showing why he's ready for that nod to maybe join the Cat 3s. But here comes the challenge on this final sprint. Ooh, a good one. It'll go to the outside as 467 picks up the final 10. That's going to be big for Calder Hardigan. Not a ton of riders out here tonight with points. That's going to jettison Calder up the leaderboard by a significant margin. So well-placed sprint effort there for number 467, Calder. But getting 6 points may not have been a clean sweep, but Brendan Lang picking up the lion's share of the points tonight will be your victor out of the Cat 4s for the points race. Good showing for ACT tonight. Continuing to add to a good early year season for the rider, number 412, Brendan Lang. Coming up to the rail now, your final race for the evening, Cat 3 men, points race. Lining up for their start now, Cat 3 men, points race to the rail. If you're still out there enjoying the stream, don't forget to leave us that thumbs up, a like on the video, and a subscribe on the channel. Makes such a big difference. We're marching our way towards 5,000 subscribers. Your help means so much. Thank you for supporting track racing here in the Pacific Northwest by being a part of our stream or being here in the park with us tonight. Up now is a 4x5 points race. Updated because apparently we're nice. I don't know. It was a 5x5 in the schedule, but. Oh, it's because. Oh, okay. I see. It's getting late. I see. We need our bedtime. No, it's about the city and the lights. It's getting too dark. If we had an incident with some of our lights, and what happens over there in corner 4 stays in corner 4. Wait, no, wrong thing. Over in corner 4, you can't see what's going on because right now one of our big lights is out, if you can see over there. So it's getting a little bit dangerous to race too late into the evening. We usually can go quite late because of these beautiful lights that are up here. Thanks to our friends at King County Parks helping maintain those and provide that service for us. But until those are fixed, we're being a little bit careful as we get to the end of the night. So a 20-lap points race it is. 4 opportunities to sprint every 5 laps. Same rules as the previous points races apply. And off and away, they have gone through their neutral. They're in their first lap now. That's Tori Park leading the lap. Got to see a lot of great racing from her tonight between both her first race of the Open Women and now 3 races in a row with these Cat 3 men. Looking at quite the competitor this evening. Isaiah West, number 312, has also been looking pretty good tonight. Liquid Velo racer right there at the very front.
Looking out the window, reflecting who I am. No one ever stopped me, not even Uncle Sam. Life might be a struggle, life might be a fight, but I am here to show the world that I can make it right.
You're still getting a bit of a sneak peek if you're looking at tonight's live stream of our overlay systems that are in development. If you're enjoying that, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, help support us. We're working out in the behind the scenes. One of our board members is being the real wizard behind the scenes, making that happen. We'll continue to work that out. And hopefully by the time we get into our regular season, we'll have a working version where we can show results, start lists, and ongoing race results as they're happening in a better way. So look forward to those things this season. We are in our first sprint now. The points racing well underway here for the Cat 3 men. Let's see who our early leaders will be. And it looks like it'll be Halfacker right next to Elog. There's Otis Hatfield third across the line. Your early leaders. Halfacker, winner from the elimination, wants to get things started on this very first sprint. Colin Dunlap called for the 1 point in that sprint, fourth across the line for BPM. Your leader after the first sprint, 3:18 with 5 points. That's Aaron Halfacker, winner from the elimination race. Trying to get things started early here in the final race of the evening for his group. He's near the front. You can see him in the teal-colored jersey with the white helmet. He's in position to try to contest again here. Peter Snoblin, though, has taken over the lead duties down in the sprinters lane, number 379. The pink helmet of Tori Park moving into position now. Moving underneath that blue line and trying to slice her way up towards the front. Here comes the move now. Halfacker's following that wheel, feeling this is a good position to be. He's in a great spot here to jump. Here comes the jump from Halfacker as he hits turn 4. Park sees the move. This will be another one for Halfacker as he's in a great position. The sprint for 3 is a good one, but it'll be Oscar Plekel-Mariki, number 333, then Tomko, and I believe that's Matt Beers for 1 that time, barely ahead of Tori Park. That call for sure, I'll have to double check what we end up giving the single point there too. Halfacker, though, don't need to wait for any call there. He's won 2 in a row. He'll be your leader with 10 points. Riders just saw 9 to go. Next bell at 6. Two riders with 3 points apiece. We've got both Oscar Plekel-Mariki, number 333, as well as number 306, Jared Elog, in a tie for second place. After that, I got two riders with 2 each. Number 301, William Huang, and number 310, Otis Hatfield. 302 is Colin Dunlap with 1 point. Your race leader is still number 318 with 10. Bells ringing, 6 to go, 2 sprints remain. Snowman at the front of the sprint. There's Halfacker, your winner so far in the race. I shouldn't call him the winner just yet. He's got 2 more sprints to try to win. Halfacker leading out the sprint, trying to find another. And looks around, he sees the contest. He'll hold on. Halfacker 4, 5 again. Tomko 3, Plekel-Mariki 2. I believe that was Otis Hatfield for 1 point at the end of the sprint. Riders seeing 3 to go there as they cross the line. One more bell for our final sprint. Will Halfacker win the final sprint as well? If he does so, he'll be at a healthy points total of 25. My goodness. But if not, I don't think it'll stop him from winning this race, as nobody else is really within striking distance of his current points total of 15. 2 to go. There's West on the front, number 312. And points totals updating here. Halfacker in the lead is 15, already mentioned. 2 riders with 5 each is Tomko and Plekel-Mariki in a tie for second. Both with 3 points. Tied for fourth is Jared Elog and Otis Hatfield. And in a tie for sixth, both with 1 point, is Colin Dunlap and Matt Beers. And now your final sprint, 1 to go. 1 to go. Westover just off the front of the group with the bell ringing and the group barreling down. Time to get this thing started. Matt Beers in a great spot here, just in front of the field. He'll get things going. A little move out of the saddle, and now he's up and away. Torrey Park also in good position. Here comes 2, 3, 4 riders wide as we go through the turn. Otis Hatfield starting to lead the charge. Halfacker following that wheel. It's going to be Beers at the front. Aaron Halfacker will take it. He waggles the finger and says, I got this one. Can't be denied. The clean sweep for Halfacker. I got him winning all the sprints here tonight. Hatfield for 6 big points on that sprint. And Matt Beers for 4, I believe. Still a good result there, considering the way that race played out. And that'll do it for us here tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're here in the park or you're online joining the stream, thank you for being a part of our production today, part of our wonderful team here at the park. This has been another excellent night of racing. Large field, some very competitive things going on, a very dynamic, if not maybe at times confusing, Cat 4 field. And the Cat 1-2 showing up with 20 competitors tonight.
really made for some great racing moments, even though it's only preseason here in 2026. We're excited for more great racing. Next Friday, we're going to be here for the kickoff. You cannot miss that. It's going to be a fantastic night of racing. We're going to be, of course, bringing out the beverage garden, the food truck, and more great racing action. We hope you can join us for it there. Lots of great things still coming up. Thank you for being a part of tonight's race. To all of our fans here in the park, thank you again for sticking out with us. If you're out there, please leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for being a part of tonight's production one way or the other. Thank you to our fantastic athletes for great racing. And once again, my name is Corey. It's been a pleasure to be with you all. Thank you. We look forward to hosting you again for more great racing action here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.
Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.